His name is Michael Caine.
Hello, my name is Michael Caine.
Welcome to Watch Mojo UK, and today we'll be counting down the top 10 performances by famed British actor Michael Caine.
Not many people know that. I sound like this bloody moron.
Before we begin, if you enjoy this video, be sure to subscribe for more great content. For this list, we are focusing on the most entertaining and iconic roles throughout Michael Caine's career, from his stint as Batman's butler to his foray as the arrogant Alfie. Number 10, Lawrence Jameson, Dirty Rotten Scoundrels. Who says con men can't be charming, eh?
Do you have any idea what it feels like to take a woman for $20?
No, I haven't. I'm afraid it's a little out of my class.
A sophisticated trickster who prides himself on subtlety and class, Caine's Lawrence Jameson is sent into a spin when Steve Martin's uncouth Freddie Benson turns up on his turf. The two trade blows back and forth, with Caine's highbrow foolery leading to some hilarious chemistry between the two. It's a slight aside from his usual out-there Cockney characters, which makes each encounter with a comedy heavyweight like Martin all the more entertaining.
Don't you ever have an emotion that originates above the waist?
No!
Number 9, Petey Carnahan, the man who would be king.
Don't you be afraid. Just slip the window down and say, Peachy's gone south for the week.
Another con man story now, sort of, with Caine and Connery playing two soldiers who end up being mistakenly worshipped by a group of people in a secluded society. A rebellious soldier who decides to live life his own way, Caine's Petey Carnahan is full of wit and wisdom, delivering everything from perfect comic timing to satisfying strictness.
No, you don't say it before the others. He's saying it before the others, Billy. Not before the others, not after the others. With the bloody others!
Ultimately, this role gives us a bit of everything from Caine. Humour, drama and cheekiness. We tip our hat to you, sir.
About turn! Line of left, quick march!
Number 8, Harry Brown, Harry Brown. An old disgruntled ex-soldier, sick of watching his local area terrorised by juvenile delinquents, there's something eerily realistic about Harry Brown, almost as if Caine really did go postal and they just set up a few cameras to catch the action.
You failed to maintain your weapon, son.
Seeking revenge on those who murdered his friend, Caine's performance as Harry Brown is calm and collected, yet undeniably deadly.
Who's Leonard? He's the man you and your mates murdered.
And it's the sincereness of his delivery that makes him so likeable. Caine's getting on a bit, and he pulls off this appropriately cast role with aplomb. Number 7, Elliot, Hanna and her sisters. For those who wanted to see Caine as a vulnerable, desperate married man who's having an affair, look no further than Hanna and her sisters.
You're turning all red, Elliot.
Really?
With love triangles forming all over the place, this Woody Allen picture serves up a plethora of colourful characters, with Caine's love-crazed Elliot being one of them. In love with Barbara Hershey's Lee, married man Elliot hedges his bets whenever he can over the course of 3 Thanksgiving dinners.
Did you ever read this one?
Elliot, don't! Lee, I'm in love with you.
We kind of feel sorry for him, but at the same time, don't.
I have my answer. I have my answer. I'm walking on air.
Number 6, Dr. Robert Elliott, Dressed to Kill. A film with more twists and turns than a racetrack, Dressed to Kill is a quintessential 80s whodunit thriller.
Because I love my wife, and sleeping with you isn't worth jeopardizing my marriage.
Caine plays psychiatrist Robert Elliott, and you're never quite sure where his loyalty or agenda lies. It's a film you've really got to experience to understand the tension and drama Caine delivers, but think Hitchcock's Frenzy meets Psycho.
When was the last time you had intercourse with your wife?
Caine's unpredictable character is the vital ingredient in this film, and it proves that sometimes not even the audience can deduce if he's good or bad.
The term we use, Detective Marino, is not weirdo, but a person suffering from emotional dysfunction and a problem of maladaptation.
Number 5, Alfie Elkins, Alfie. This role as a suave Cockney playboy became defining for Caine.
Well, you all settled in? Right, we can begin. My name is...
Alfie.
Alfie.
Alfie sees him portray the eponymous womanizer who flips about sleeping with seemingly every woman he encounters, but he soon realises that there are certain consequences that go with his deceitful, manipulative lifestyle.
I've made you steak and kidney pie with it.
I'm fed up with hot pots and steak and kidney pies. Why can't we have something out of a can for a change?
Whether he's addressing the audience, getting into scraps, or, let's face it, being a misogynistic pig, Caine's performance is engaging throughout, until this day proves to many that he can be charming as well as tough.
Marvellous what you can get on a national wealth, isn't it?
Number 4, Charlie Croker, The Italian Job.
You're only supposed to blow the bloody doors off.
To many, the film that will immortalise Caine's quotes in cinema forever. Playing gold-hungry crook Charlie Croker, Caine shines as the devious, charismatic thief in this 60s heist film. Whether he's delivering hilarious one-liners or just moaning at his crew, he strikes the balance of comedic and dramatic delivery perfectly, be it his bloody doors off line or his purchase of a new car.
Yes, you must have shot an awful lot of tigers, sir.
Yes, I used a machine gun.
And who better to be stuck on a literal cliffhanger with?
Hang on a minute, lads. I've got a great idea.
Number 3, Milo Tindle, Sleuth. With moments you're not quite sure whether you should wince or laugh at, Sleuth is a classic mystery about murder and one-upmanship.
Don't forget your gloves. What a way to make a living.
Caine's Milo goes head-to-head with Laurence Olivier's Andrew, a man whose wife he has been having an affair with. A strange negotiation goes south and we're not quite sure who's dead and who did what.
If you see what I mean.
Caine's cunning throughout is glorious, with a performance that leaves us constantly guessing whether he is the victor or victim.
It was just a bloody game.
Number 2, Harry Palmer, The Ipcress File. Not quite Sherlock Holmes and not quite James Bond, Michael Caine's portrayal as the cool-headed Harry Palmer is one for the history books.
You ought to remember you're still in the army, boyo.
I'll tell you what. You remember for me.
Tasked with investigating a murder and a series of strange brainwashing cases, Palmer encounters a few uncouth characters and of course the dreaded Ipcress File along the way.
It's got Ipcress written on it.
With a performance that will make you long to see Caine sport the 007 name tag, he's just as confused as us throughout as everyone seems to be switching sides in a heartbeat. And who can forget that mind-numbing interrogation scene?
Harry Palmer. My name is Harry Palmer.
You have no name.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honourable mentions.
No bother. Not offering to clean it myself. Still, a chap ought to look smart in front of the men.
What else could I have shown you, Howard? The only thing I can teach you is what I know. In any life, you have to be of use. I've sewn you up, I've set your bones, but I won't bury you. I've buried enough members of the Wayne family.
Number 1, Jakarta Get Carter. Word of advice, don't get on the wrong side of Michael Caine, especially when he's got a shotgun. Setting out on a revenge-driven killing spree following the murder of his brother, Jack Carter kicks, punches, stabs and shoots his way to the truth. Caine's performance in this film has been integral to building what is now the textbook Cockney gangster character, with send-off lines, dramatic close-ups and no-nonsense interrogation scenes aplenty.
Who sent you?
His acting chops are multifaceted, but nothing's ever suited him quite as well as the gangster look. Have a drink on us, Michael.
Drink all of that. Do you understand? Drink it all.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo UK and subscribe for more great content.